This is Brother Peter Diamond, vaticancatholic.com. Some of our viewers may have come across or heard of a man named Eric Gajewski. He also goes by the name TradCatKnight. He's a false traditionalist who constantly claims to have the most followed traditional Catholic apostolate in the world, but his claim is totally false. In fact, Eric Gajewski, TradCatKnight, is a monumental liar and fraud. In addition to being an obstinate false traditionalist, heretic, and schismatic, whose trash theology was exposed and refuted in our video called The Truth About the SSPX, the SSPX MC, and similar groups, Gajewski engages in outright fraudulent behavior. Anyone who is familiar with him needs to watch the extremely interesting and shocking video that's linked to in this video. You will also find a link to it in the description box. The video is called TradCatKnight, Eric Gajewski, Deception Cult Exposed. It totally exposes Gajewski for the public mortal sinner, outrageous liar, and complete fraud that he is, by demonstrating that he buys fake view counts for his videos, fake Twitter followers, fake likes, fake comments, and more, all to create the impression that he has a popular or influential internet outreach, when in fact his alleged following is almost completely fake. And on the basis of his supposedly large viewing totals, which are in fact fake, he constantly asks people to send him money, which he can then use to pay for more fake view counts, more fake followers, etc. He can also perhaps pocket some of the money in the process. It's a total scam, in addition to representing heretical and schismatic spiritual poison. Indeed, the level of Gajewski's fraud and deception is astounding. For while he knows that his numbers are almost totally fake, he will constantly boast about his fake numbers as if they are real. He's nothing more than a tool of the devil. He's simply another heretic being used by Satan primarily to get people into the schismatic and heretical positions he promotes, because obstinately adhering to those schismatic and heretical positions destroys a person's faith. Gajewski is, in fact, a textbook schismatic who utterly rejects Catholic teaching on the papacy and numerous other matters, as the video shows. His behavior is another striking example of how the devil is active. He works through heretics and wicked people like Gajewski. Due to the fact that in reality Eric Gajewski doesn't have almost any real viewership, many of our viewers probably have never heard of him. But if you have heard of him, you need to see this video. Really, nothing more needs to be said about the guy after one watches this video. By the way, just in case anyone wonders, we've never purchased any subscribers, any followers, any likes, or any comments for our YouTube channel, our website, or anything else. We've never bought any views. We've never used click farms, robots, or black hat SEO tactics. Our material and activity are legitimate. We have advertised on occasion for a few select videos which we think will appeal in particular to a wide-ranging audience, such as to people with no religion, to non-Catholics, etc., to try to put them into contact with the critical information we put out. That's perfectly legal and consistent with the policies of the social media companies we've used. When you advertise for a video, the company will enable it to be displayed in particular places. The person who sees the ad must choose of his own free will to watch the video. The person must watch a certain amount of the video for us to even be charged. When a person chooses to do that, the charge is at the most 2 cents per view. So such video advertising represents a real viewer choosing to watch the video, not a fake view. But we've only done such advertising with a few of our videos, perhaps about 1% of all the videos we've published. As part of our outreach, we also have, and still do, conduct numerous other forms of advertising. These have included various internet ads, radio ads, and television ads, through which actual and interested people have come to our website, ordered our special package, etc. Whether we advertise for a video or not, and in about 99% of the cases we don't, every time we post a video on our website and YouTube channel, while some of our videos will generate more views than others, after a short period of time we will always have thousands of real views on every video we post. Those views are legitimate. They represent a real interest that real people have in the material we put out, because we have a real viewership. The numbers should be much, much higher, of course, and the reason they aren't a lot higher is the staggering bad will of men, and the fact that so many people don't want the full truth. But our viewership is real, whereas Eric Gajewski, TradCatKnight, is a fraud. I should also probably add that some months ago it came to our attention that Gajewski was spreading various heresies and attacking the true faith. We also learned that he challenged some people to debates, and he boasted when they backed down from his challenge. So I wrote him a letter. In the letter I spelled out the matters on which he was wrong. I explained why his positions are in fact heretical and schismatic. I called him, firmly but charitably, to change his views. I also challenged him to a debate. So, what did the man who apparently repeatedly boasts that others back down from his challenges say to that challenge? He wanted no part of it, even though it would have given him a lot of publicity, the thing he craves so much. He refused the debate challenge and he blocked us. That's because he knows what would happen if we had such a debate. His false claims and arguments would be refuted, his positions would be ripped to shreds, and he'd be crushed. But at this point, in light of what's covered in this video, he's such a total fraud and public mortal sinner that someone like him wouldn't even be worthy of bringing on for a debate, even if he were willing. Anyone familiar with him just needs to watch this video. TradCatKnight Eric Gajewski Deception Cult Exposed.